George, my buddy, my pal. So good to see you again. It's been too long. Been too long, my friend. Been way too long. Let's go. And there's what I'm going to see today. Yeah.
Most watched trailer of all time in 24 hours, racking up almost 356 million views, surpassing the previous record by Avengers Endgame.
This one features the multiverse, and
Did you say the one with...
I'm Maria Menounos. Enjoy your movie.
We are fighting.
Oh. Alright, so as you can see, I just got back from seeing Marvel Studios' Eternals. And, there's been a lot of talk about how this is the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. It's the lowest rated one on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I think right now it's at 49%. And after seeing the movie, I can kind of see why, but at the same time, the worst MCU movie? I don't know. I mean, to me, the two Thor movies, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, those movies are ones that... I mean, let me be perfectly clear. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole has been pretty good. I mean, there's not been one really bad movie they've made. There's been some movies that have been mostly disappointments. Not mostly disappointments. Some have been disappointments. Most of them have been really good. Like, I put Thor the Dark World, I put Captain Marvel, Black Widow. All those would go into kind of the disappointment category. This one probably as well, but I did enjoy the movie. I did enjoy this movie in particular. I did see Shang-Chi, which I just never got around to seeing it, unfortunately. And by the time I did have the time to see it, it was already out of theaters. So, luckily, from what I've been told, you don't have to see that movie to get anything that's going on in the Eternal. Shang-Chi, I think, was its own solo movie. So, I was lucky on that front. But I am going to see it later this month. Hopefully next week when it comes on Disney+. And then I pre-ordered the Steelbook from Best Buy at the end of the month. So hopefully I get that then. But that's Shang-Chi. Let's talk about Eternals. And like I said, I liked the movie. I liked it. I will say it is not a good... one of their better movies. And it certainly is a very flawed film. I think it's way too long. I think there are definitely dry patches where it gets really boring. I think there's not really much of a villain in this. I don't think a good villain in this. I think it's kind of mediocre at best the villains there are. I like the cast a lot. I do think this cast does a very good job working off of each other. Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, Brian Tyree Henry, Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek. Who else? I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. Richard Madden, Kit Harington, Kamal Nanjiani, Liam McHugh, Laura Ridloff, Barry Keoghan, Don Lee, Harish Patel. I'm literally looking at the Wikipedia page just to remember. I don't know why I couldn't remember them right when I was doing this, but anyway, yeah, I thought they were all very good in the movie. I thought they all did a pretty good job here. I did like their characters a lot. I thought they were very good. The movie really isn't that bad. The movie really has some interesting elements that I think are going to lead into this next phase of the MCU. Like, I feel like this movie in particular is going to set up a lot of what's to come in the MCU for this Phase 4, and I think those elements I like. I like the visuals in this. This movie is really gorgeous to look at. But other than that, it's pretty generic kind of for an MCU film. Like, there's not really a whole lot there that makes it really stand out except for the visuals and the characters. Because, like I said, I like the characters in this, I like the cast in this, I like the visuals. But other than that, the story itself is not really all that interesting. It's way too long. It feels like it's way too long, even though it's at 157 minutes. It doesn't feel like it. That doesn't really sound long, but for an MCU movie, it's pretty long. It's like second. I think it was second only to Avengers Endgame, but Avengers Endgame had a point to being as long as it was. This is just like, I don't know why this one is long, but as it is, and I feel like there's a lot that they could have cut out of here. And the director, Chloe Zhao, who made Nomadland, which is a terrific film, I don't know if she was the right choice for this, honestly. Like, I feel like, I don't know, there was just a lot of elements in here that were really dull. I think they were trying a little too hard to make this kind of an Oscar baitish type of movie. There are performances in this where that sound like people are trying to win Oscars for this or something, for which is not going to, which probably won't happen for this. Maybe for the visuals, maybe, but not for the story itself. I do think they could have cut this down a lot to make this a little bit more, a little faster, a little better. The pacing in this is not really all that strong. Like I said, I don't hate the movie, but I wish it could have been a lot better. I mean, I really wanted to enjoy this movie more than I did, but I enjoyed it enough. I enjoyed it enough to say, you should watch this once. I put this right there with Black Widow. If you see it once, I think it's worth it. But as far as the best movies in the MCU, this is not even close. I do like how they're setting up different things. Like, I do like that they set up the Black Knight in this, and some other elements there. I think they're setting up stuff that's going to be in Thor, the next Thor movie, and I think Guardians 3. I could have sworn at the very end of the movie, I think there's even a little bit of Blade. I think in there, because Mahershala Ali's playing Blade, and they haven't set a date for that movie yet. I could be completely wrong on that, and I mean, I think that's what they're setting up, but I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I do like the stuff that they're setting up. I think the last 5 minutes of the film where they set up everything for future movies, I think that's pretty cool what they're doing there. But yeah, like I said, the stuff that they're setting up does sound very promising. Like I said, I like the cast in this. I like the mix of comedy and drama that they put in here. I like some of the elements they put in there. I just wish the story was a lot better. I wish the pacing and the writing was a little bit better. I feel like that they could have done that a lot more with this, but for what we get, like I said, it's not a bad movie. Is it? I'd put it, but it's not one of the better MCU films. Like, I'm gonna honestly forget about this movie probably almost immediately. But I will say this: if I had to put it below some of the worst movies in the MCU, I would probably say it's a little bit better than the first two Thor movies. It's a little bit better than Captain Marvel. It's a little bit better than Black Widow. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I wish it was better though. I wish that this movie would have been a lot better. I'm hoping that they take these characters and put them into these next couple of movies. They give them more character development to work off of, and hopefully they can actually do something with them. Because, like I said, this movie, it's okay. It's a movie that's okay, but it really could have been a lot better. I'd say at a matinee, you'd probably get some enjoyment out of it, but it's not one that I think it's going to warrant a lot of rewatchability down the line. And I will say this though, that was my first time being back at Cinemark in a couple of since I saw Tenet last year. I've been going to different theaters to see these other movies I've talked about on this channel and on the website. And yeah, I forgot how long the trailers were for Cinemark has put up. Because Cinemark, what they did is I got there at 11 o'clock to see this movie, and the movie didn't start until almost 11:45. It seemed like there was like 45 minutes worth of trailers and commercials before the actual movie started. So that was interesting. That was something I was not expecting. But like I said, Eternals, it's okay. Could have been a lot better. It's not going to warrant a lot of rewatchability. I do think you should see it once. And like I said, I'm going to go into a full review of this tomorrow on the website, so check that out. And with that said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button there. Check out a previous episode below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a new video. So, until then, take care.